Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. We're going to take a look at some information that I put out on the 24th. So there were some targets I gave you guys, and then of course that was here. And then of course we've been covering some of those targets along the way. I just put out a video last week with some live trades in it, and then of course some other information. Now the weekly, we're going to look at this too because I put this out on 8:15, and we're going to take a look at what the market is doing because it's actually coming up. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for all the support that you guys give. Payman and Dimitri, thank you so much for supporting me. I appreciate that over here on YouTube, and thank you so much to all of you here on TikTok that do support me. I appreciate you guys. I haven't been able to get them to correct what's wrong with the feed, and so thank you so much again for all of the support that you guys give. But they have not corrected the issue, so I can follow you guys back, and so do forgive me on that. Let's take a look at some of this information, and then we're gonna take a look at something else. But back on the first, price was on this bar. They didn't close. They was actually trading down, and then of course I told you they may bounce, and I did tell you that they can cycle from here, and hopefully I actually anticipated that they would get past here when they was dipping down. I wanted to see them kind of come under this information here, kind of get right here, and then take off and go up. But I did tell you that this is, of course, the participation bar, and they don't have to break it, and then they ran straight away here. Now, they can very much lean back. I won't be coming back to cover this, so I'm gonna just go and tell you what I think. They can very much lean back here, hit this level here. This is a no close. There's two participation bars here, kind of come off that, and then go back up here and get that distance. You don't want them back beneath here at all. I mean, really, you just don't. So hopefully they won't get back down here. And I did tell you a couple of videos ago that I don't know if they can get past here, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And if they plan to go up, again, you just don't want them back beneath here. That's really important. Now let me just kind of get out of that. This is your ES. They haven't made 7 bars yet, but I suspect that they will. And they're getting back above the center of the chart. They kind of again came right here to the lower portion of the chart, hit those static levels right in here. So they hit that intraday level right in there and kind of took right off. All right. So as it stands right now, they got through this area right here, and we were on this bar right here when I shot the last video. They were right here. They hadn't closed the bar yet. And clearly, there's your participation bars coming in. So, center of the trend will probably be back down in this area here. So, I suspect that they may stay up. They may go ahead and do that. And that's some other information I'm looking at. So, we're gonna get out of that. Now, this is that weekly again, and I covered this back on the 15th of what is that, August, somewhere back there. So covered that anyway. Here we go. They had the rotation off of the 550, so 55, yeah, so 15,500, so 550 hit up here. You know, of course, near the 650, they didn't break it, turned around. And then, of course, you got them for the long side. And this is what I wanted to stress to you guys. You go 550, you go 550 here down to the 450. You just don't want to see them come back outside this zone. That'll be ideal for them to get up and go to that 850 up to the 950 right in this area right here. You kind of want to see them get that done. And yeah, I'll just leave that for right now. Now, this is some information clearly that they've done before, but we're going to see if they can actually get it done this time. They have the trend. They do have the trend here. Okay. Now, again, gave you downside targets. And when on the 26th, I told you about some long side targets, I didn't give you anything below. You can go back and watch the video and you'll see that I told you about some upside targets and they've hit them. Now, there was some targets I gave you on the 24th, and we're going to talk about that because they actually made it. So back on the 24th, I did give you some long targets, and they managed to go ahead and hit that this morning. All right. So this is the distance that they can go, and definitely the center of the trend is right about here. So right about here, you don't want them to really come back past here. You really don't. So if they lean back over, just expect them to keep going. I'm gonna kind of take this off right here. So let's get rid of this, and then let's just touch on something else before we go to the next chart. This is what the channel offers right here. You can go ahead and read that. I kind of stress that to you guys. That's what the channel offers. Now, this is typically what most people will support. All right, emotional trading. It's my discipline or psychology when I lose. Most people support this type of stuff, and I want to make sure that I make you understand what's important and what ain't. In practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. So the market is not punishing anyone. It's not. So it's really not a discipline issue per se. It's not because there's no punishment. Nothing punishing you for taking a losing trade. And so, but most people, they support emotional trading. They support that, and I don't really get a lot of support, at least here on YouTube. I don't. There's only maybe two or three of you that would like my videos, and of course, comment as well. There's only a couple of you that would do that, and it's because I'm pretty certain this is the stuff that I do see people supporting channels over. A lot of emotional responses, willing to complain about, of course, the discipline and the psychology side of it, which is detaching themselves from being able to make a choice that's informed. And so there's no punishment. This is a zero sum game. So when you make a choice, are you aware of what the market is actually telling you? Is it telling you that you need to be in a trade or telling you that you don't need to be in that trade? Because when you lose, someone else is winning. So how can it actually be a discipline problem? Is the person winning punishing you? Absolutely not. The market is a place of opportunity. So it's never someone's punishing you for getting it wrong. Just wanted to touch on that. I know a lot of people support channels that deals with emotional trading, and you'll see tons of responses and comments in people's, of course, message boards showing that, hey, we're on board with you. I'm still dealing with the same thing, and it's just complete crazy stuff that's happening. It's the market that tells you when you need to be in it or out of it, and you just need to know what that looks like. And so I don't get a lot of support, and I'm pretty certain it's because of these three things right here. Multi-time frame analysis with counter trend emphasis for the entry time frame with no real targets but prior pivots. And so I don't do a lot of fractal analysis on the channel, mainly because I I want you to focus in on one chart and be able to effectively trade the one chart before I go to tell you, hey, go look at five different time frames and then look at this time frame. And if you see a pivot over here, just step in front of it and totally ignore what the time frame is telling you that you're entering on. Ignore what it's telling you and just step in front of it and go the other way. There's a lot of channels that get support because of this type of information here, and their only targets are prior pivots. Absolutely not how professionals trade. Here's the other part: the egotistical live streamers. Now, this is those that's essentially doing this with regurgitated information from another self centered egotistical trader. I don't do any live streams, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the videos that I make and I draw up these charts, if you barely want to hit the like button to help another trader, it's not me, to help another trader. You don't want to help another trader by hitting the like button or leaving a comment. Why would I live stream my charts and tell you exactly what price I'm getting in on so you can reduce your risk tremendously and be able to profit off of me over and over and over again every day? Absolutely, absolutely non-professional behavior. You won't even support others, not me, someone that needs help. I made the channel to help traders. And so if you really believe in the cause and trying to, of course, align yourself with someone that wants to help other people, why not hit the like button? Why not leave a comment? That's the main reason why I would never live stream. This right here. There's no support for just effort of me trying to help someone else. I get maybe one or two of you guys that's willing to step up on YouTube, actually, that's willing to step up and say, hey, I like that. Thank you so much. TikTok, you guys do a lot more. You do. You hit the like button a lot more, and I appreciate you guys over there. But I'm talking to those that know that you watch the content and you won't even take the time to like or even share the information. Tell someone about the channel. That's the whole reason why I wouldn't live stream. It's not fair to those that need this information and you won't share it. Telling the algorithm that the channel is here is important for those that need the help. And if you're not willing to align yourself to that goal, because that's my goal, is to help traders get out of the monotonous of being told a lot of stuff that just won't get them where they want to go professionally. That's the most important part. I'm against trying to give people more, more and more, and they just want more and more, and they refuse to help someone else. That's absolute. The world don't need any more of that. It doesn't. We have too much of that going on, and the world don't need any more. I've even had, and I won't mention their name, someone inquire about trying to take educational services from me and suggested that I go trade an account to get them profitable before they pay me for the education. That's absolutely unprofessional behavior. You can trade my free content and make money. I don't want anything from you guys. And I told you that from day one. I'm not here for that. I already had a company online. I do fine with my trading. Anyone that trades my content, free, the free content should be able to be profitable. So why would I need to perform to show you that I can trade? I'm telling you how to trade for free in a way that's consistent and it's simple. And that's the other part. It's simple. It's not complicated. I've done so many live trades online for you guys, showing you that I trade the content that I'm telling you. I just did a video, not just last week. You can go back and take a look at it. Took several trades, wins and losses, both. I did them both. I don't tell you guys to trade something that I'm not willing to trade. I have a live section down here. I just don't do a lot of it because my finances are personal to me. And I have several accounts I have to manage. So I don't have time again to do live streams for, of course, people that won't take the time to like the content. But if you want to see me trade live, there's a section here and I trade this information. And it's the free content that can make you profitable. It's the free content that can make you profitable. So if I'm willing to help you become profitable, and again, simple stuff, it's not complicated. I'm not demanding that you purchase anything from me. I don't want anything from you guys. I want to give you stuff. Everything on the channel is for free and it's consistent. That's the main thing. It's consistent. You can go back and back test it. You can do whatever you need to do. And I guarantee you'll see it's because I spent years getting to where I'm at. So just really some interesting stuff I wanted to point out to you guys. But this is why people really support other YouTubers, YouTube personalities. I'm not that. I'm a professional, and that's the thing I want to stress to you. And being a professional is not about, and I'll say it again, it's not about sensationalizing trading. It's about knowledge, having a specific set of skills. That's all it's about. Jumping time frames, looking at higher time frames to find an entry is not how you trade professionally. You can get your stops ran over and over and over and over again if the market is not willing to go in that direction based on the time frame that you're supposed to be taking your entry off of. I won't tell you that it's your discipline. That's that's the reason why you're losing. I'm not going to tell you that because there's no punishment for you getting your trade wrong. It's if it's wrong, it's just not right now. Sometimes that's all it is. It's just not right now. It's not to say that you didn't get the direction right. It could absolutely be that you have the right direction and you want to go in the right direction. It's just not right now. The market is all about timing, and that's all it is. I'm not going to tell you it's a psychology issue. I'm not going to tell you that either. It may not be that for you. You may not be dealing with confidence, having a problem with that. You may not, because you're confident enough to pull the trigger when you pull it. It's just maybe it don't work out for you that time. But if you pull the trigger again, you're confident to believe that it will work at some point because you keep entering a trade. So it may not be psychology for you. Just wanted you to consider that information. Now let's go and take a look at the target. So I gave you the targets back on the 24th. And of course, they hit that first long side target. They took the dive, and you're more than willing to go back and take a look at any one of those videos there. They hit the second, the two that's to the downside here. And then I gave you the long side targets. All right. Now, this is the bottom of that daily when it turned around. Just wanted to talk to you guys about some stuff that I see is happening. And definitely here on YouTube. It's really, really crazy how I see a lot of this going on. And it shouldn't be that way. We should want to help other traders. We really should want to help someone else get there. So on the first, they hit that first target that was there. And then, of course, they managed to make the last target, which was that 309 this morning. So they hit that 87 that was on the third. And then, of course, that 235, they just hit that. Okay. Now, this morning, they managed to get to that 309. All right. So they managed to get to that 309. And again, I gave you all of this information back on the 24th. So price was right here on the 24th. So you're more than willing to go back and take a look on the channel here. You can go back and take a look at the video that I put out on the 24th, which was here. It was here. So I started all of this on the 24th. Right here in the header, it say publicly dated and verified. So I try to make sure that everything that I tell you about, of course, the charts, that is here as a reference. You can actually go back as a library and take a look at, did I say this? And that's the same thing that I told you about the chart here with the long term. You can go back and take a look at that. And I told you that hopefully we can get up to that 80, that 85, that 85, 95 area. Hopefully we can do that. So I try to make sure that you understand that I'm dating my stuff and I'm not just using some prior pivots in order to get it done. All right. So again, I wanted to make sure I touch on some of this information because there's a lot of traders out here that need help and I'm wanting to help them. I mean, that's the goal of the channel, is to give you condensed, digestible information so you can profit immediately. I don't want to oversaturate this stuff with a lot of convoluted rhetoric that don't make any sense and it's not depicted on the chart. I want to give you some information that you can apply at first glance whenever you pull up any chart. And it would just help, at least those here on YouTube, just participate a bit more. I said it in this video here, and it would be nice to see you guys step up just a bit. Don't have these other channels out here confusing people. And there may be some information again here that's a little simpler to understand and easier to digest because I got subscribers, okay? I got followers, okay? It's important that you share the information. Help someone else. It's not about me. I don't want anything from you guys. I told you that from day one, and I would love to see you guys. Don't just leave it to the handful of people that's doing all the work. Don't just leave it to them because it takes time to mark up these charts. Really important that you understand that. Like, I take time to try to get you this information. Like here, I did a lot of marking up of the chart on the last video that I did with all the live trades in it. But this morning, here we go. I marked up the chart for you so you can see it. Center of the trend here. They made the trend distance. They gave you a trend down. They didn't want to make the trend distance right away. They pulled up, almost got to the trend distance off of the pullback, but then turned around and made an uptrend. Simple stuff. No other higher time frames needed. Here's the trend distance. They tried to make a trend down, didn't want to get all the way to the distance. They had the center of the trend here, and they took off. The decline off of the 930. Here's 930 right about here. It's not confusing. They turned the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a trend down. They turn around and they take off to the upside. I'm trying to make trading simple for you guys. And it's really just this right here, time. It's a continued sequence of existence and events that occur in apparently irreversible succession from the past through the present and into the future. That's what trends are. They're irreversible. Okay, so it's really important that you understand that they're trying to do all that they can to throw your timing off. This is invaluable right here. This is priceless, invaluable, and I'm trying to help you with this. That's worth a like. It's worth a comment. It's worth having someone else know, hey, you can profit here. It's easy. This has value. This is invaluable, and I'm trying to help you with it. Help someone else. It's not about me, people. It's not about me. Help someone else. Help someone else. If you don't mind, take the time, hit the like button, leave a comment. Let someone know this is a safe place to learn. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.